Now, the NPP chairman in the Greater Accra region, Divine Agohum, has expressed a preference for delegates to maintain sitting MPs in the upcoming parliamentary primaries. This, according to him, is because of the experience of the MPs and their familiarity with the terrain. But in an interview with Citi News ahead of vetting for aspirants, the party's chairman in the Greater Accra region, however, noted that a conducive environment will be created for all interested persons to contest. There is more in the following report.
The New Patriotic Party has scheduled to undertake vetting for aspirants in all 137 constituencies participating in the next phase of elections from January 3 to January 5. The process promises to be keen as over 90% of the constituencies have multiple aspirants filing at the close of nominations. There are, however, some constituencies with aspirants going unopposed. The Greater Accra region has 2 of those.
Arrangement, everything is set. We have candidates, aspirants for all the 14 constituencies that we have sitting MPs right now as we speak, with the exception of Okankwe South and then Okankwe Central. For Okankwe Central, yes, we have only Honorable Patrick Mama going as the sole aspirant, in which case he is virtually going through the process to become the parliamentary candidate for Okankwe Central. Then Okankwe South, Honorable Dakwan Newman is the person who's gone through the process and is qualified for vetting tomorrow. Apart from these 2 constituencies, all the other areas, some we have 2, some we have as many as 4. Aspirants for the vetting process that starts tomorrow.
But ahead of the vetting on Wednesday, the party has given instructions for due diligence before any disqualifications.
It's the same. The same directive applies both to orphan constituencies and then also the constituencies with sitting MPs. Unless we have very compelling reasons to disallow, the persons going ahead to contest. Otherwise, we are to allow everybody to contest. And so far, in this region, those that have filed their nominations so far, I am not very sure of any of such situation now. So if you ask me, even before the start of the vetting, well, it is the vetting process that will bring out, because it's at the vetting process that you receive petitions, stating reasons why aspirant A or B should not be allowed to contest. But as we speak now, we have not received any such petition as we speak right now. So I would say that we'll go to the vetting. The committee will determine the eligibility or otherwise of the aspirants. And if by the close of the day we don't have any reason to disqualify anybody, then of course we are going to allow everybody to contest.
Vetting processes usually attract large crowds that may get chaotic. During the vetting of aspirants for Ododo constituency, chaos erupted at the party's office in Greater Accra, but the party says measures have been put in place to forestall such incidents.
Once it's a party activity, anybody at all is allowed in. That's how it's been. This comes with some kind of cheering team and people who want to cheer you on, and they come to support. So anybody at all can enter. That's how it's been. But from the experiences of the experience we had during the orphan constituency, I think this time we are trying to control the process a little and make sure that not necessarily accreditation per se, but we have a list of people who are supporting you. And so we, at the entrance, we allow such people to come in. So that's what it is. The Ododo incident, quite unfortunate though, but it's an eternal election, and sometimes what happens really happens at the blind side of the aspirants themselves. Like what happened the other day. They themselves were inside, and it may be some misunderstanding between the 2 different camps before you realize that's resulted into something else. And that's what happened. And this time, from what we are seeking to do now, as in controlling those who enter, getting to know those who are for aspirant A or aspirant B, will be able to tell, should there be any problem, that this thing is coming from these people, and will be able to sanction appropriately.
seats. Although steps have been put in place to ensure a free and fair process, the party's chairman for the Greater Accra region says he prefers incumbent MPs are retained.
Is Greater Accra quite a difficult region for any particular political party to say that this is my strong, because it swings, it goes and it comes. In our case, we were having most of the seats after 2016 elections. 2020 didn't go that well for us. We lost 7 of them, and then we dropped down to 14. So for us, the 14 seats that we have, we keep a close watch because it changes. Prior to the 2020 elections, the NDC would have said Amasama is their stronghold, but we managed to snag that from them. There are other seats that we are seriously, looking at, and once we are looking at taking seats that belongs to the NDC, the same way they are also looking at taking seats that belongs to us. So you just need to keep your eyes on all the seats, and this time we have zoned the constituencies carefully based on the strategic analysis that we did. Constituencies belonging to, a group that we think that here we may have some challenges, so we need to give special attention to those constituencies. And I will ask for your indulgence, so I keep that close to my chest for now. But all the 14 seats, because we've been able to take seats that belongs to the NDC prior to 2020, we also think that they can take any of the seats. And so we need to keep our eyes on all of them. And that is exactly what we are doing.